Hello, guys. Once again, welcome to Aremo's Family TV talk show, where you get the latest news of things happening right here in Istanbul and worldwide as a whole. So, we'll be giving you some basic information about what our fellow brothers and sisters are going through in Istanbul. Some of the basic information that they find out difficult to get from outside. We are here giving it live and direct, and everything we're going to be discussing here, you can't get it anywhere around in Istanbul, and we are giving it free of charge. All we just want you to do is go to the platform, the YouTube channel, and subscribe, like, and share. So our information is vital. There are a lot of people out there who are looking for the means of getting this information, but they can't find it. But here we are giving to you free of charge. Just go and like and share. Thank you. Okay. It has always been same law for the tourists. So right from the one, for the past 2 years, for those who are coming to Turkey as a tourist with tourist visa, they can't get resident permit with that tourist visa. So what we do for them is, when you come to Turkey with tourist visa, we register you to school and you get the student resident permit, and it's renewable. So we can't get the resident permit for tourists as a first timer. Then for renewal, for those who have been renewing, the renewal have never leave any problem. That is why the immigration said you should apply 60 days before your resident permit expired. So if eventually some people couldn't get their resident permit approved, they can easily switch back to school. So school is a plan B. That is the reason why you have to apply for a resident permit 60 days before expiration of your resident permit. First timer resident permit, as a student, you should be able to have at least the basic requirement is your passport photograph, your WAEC if you are going for undergraduate, and for masters, we need your BSc and transcript. That is what you need to apply as a first timer for masters and for BSc. Then for renewal, we need NOFOS, we need electricity bill, then we need your resident permit, and then the passport data page and passport photograph. Yes. Places like Esenyurt, Fatih, Bakshashe, and I think some area in Beylikdüzü, Yapıkulu, they are not accepting them for renewal because that is where they have majority of the foreigners living in Turkey. So they just, I believe the bottom line is they just want Africans or foreigners to live in other places outside this particular place where is not allowed for renewal, which is especially 90% of foreigners coming to Turkey lived in Esenyurt, and they are no longer finding it difficult and easy for the people getting houses here. So that's the reason why they stop Nofus in Esenyurt. No, right since, like I said, since 2 years now, they stopped giving resident permit for tourists as a first timer. When you are coming to Turkey, you should be able to apply for student permit, even if you come to Turkey with tourist visa, medical visa, invitation, visit, whatever kind of visa, business, is advisable you apply for student. Then renewal, you can renew as a student. But for those who already have resident permit as a tourist, you can always renew as a tourist. But please apply 60 days before your permit expires. If they don't give it to you, you can easily switch to student and you will have it. Or you buy a property in Turkey and you get the resident permit. Now, as of 2023, the tax pay was about 350, but now it's about 500. Imagine where insurance was about 1,000 plus, right now it's about 3,000 Turkish lira. So everything is so expensive due to the dollar rate. So I can't actually give you the total breakdown of each permit, and also it varies. Age varies. So we have some people who are aged from 25 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50. So their tax payment and the cost implication are different based on the age on their passport. Nofus is address registration. Now, most people are living with resident permit for the past years, especially those who have 2 years as at 2021. Now they find it difficult to get nufus. Most of them don't know what nufus is. Nufus is address registration of where you, particular of where you are staying. Now, for those who have resident permit 2 years, they might not have the implication of nufus right now because this is the first time they're going to start renewing. And for those who are about to renew, they also might find it difficult to renew because they need nufus. Now, nufus is when you rent an apartment, you take your landlord or the caretaker or whoever in charge of that address, you take the person to the notary office. They will notary office. They will give you a contract, and you take that contract to immigration. For those living in SNYOT, you can take it to Kirach. For those living in every area where you are, Beletozo, Asian side, Pendik, you go to Nofus management, and then there they will register you on the system, and that means your address is now registered, verified in the country. Now we have 2+1. 2+1, 3 people is allowed to use it. Now for those living in duplex, like 4 rooms, 4 people can use it. For those living 1+1, you are entitled to 2 people. Now the mistake most people make is when they live in 2+1, they think they can register up to 5 people, not knowing that immigration will actually remove the actual owner of that house and put in new people. You can register as many people you want, but when you register a new one, the old one will be deleted from the system. So it's advisable when you have 2+1, you can register 2 people, max 3 people. If you are living in 3 rooms, 3 people, max 4 people. The reason is this: when you want to renew, everybody should have particular bill on their name. We only have 3 or 4 bills in an apartment. For 2+1, we have electricity bill, we have gas bill, we have water bill, we have internet bill. Some residents, like some apartment like Future Park, in that places, the management, the unity are paying some particular bill, that electricity bill or water bill. So there are some apartment where you can't register just only one. You are entitled to register maybe just lights, where they already have gas, heater, everything together. So if you are living in that kind of apartment, how do you want to get bill for the other person living in the other room? So it's not possible. So it's advisable that if you are living in 2+1, you should be able to register just for 2 people or 3 people when you are living 3+1. You can switch when you graduate. If you haven't graduated, you can't switch from student to tourist because the immigration will ask you your graduation certificate. You need to graduate from the school to be able to switch from student to tourist. Yes, you can switch and they'll give you 6 months. Now, like I said, if your first resident permit was in SNYOT, okay, now they are no longer doing nufus in address in SNYOT. So what you should do is this: either it's advisable to take 1 or 2 and rent an apartment that is where is acceptable in other places like Beletozo, Pendik, Asian side, Chataja. Come together, rent an apartment with 1 or 2 people, and then you can register nufus there. It's acceptable there. And then from there, after registering your address in that place, you can get the bill of that same place. Open water, gas, and heater. Then you can still use it for your resident permit. Most people actually have a problem with police, and at the point of the issue where they are arrested, some of them are very lucky that their resident permit is not cancelled, while some of them, their resident permit will be returned back to them, while some of them will be cancelled. So in that case, I will advise you seek the consent of a lawyer that will go to immigration to check if your resident permit is still active. Sometimes they take resident permit from foreigners who engage in fighting, probably quarreling issues, and then not knowing that their resident permit is still valid, but actually the immigration actually says the resident permit. So I will advise you seek the consent of a lawyer that will go to immigration on your behalf. Then after you give power of attorney to the lawyer, he will go on your behalf to find out if your resident permit is still active. And most people that have police case in this country, actually, they will tell you have to leave the country this particular time frame. And if you don't leave, then you are beginning to stay in the country illegal. And whenever police probably sees you or catch you, either they take you to deportation camp or something. But you have to just obey the simple instruction. If your residence permit is cancelled, they say leave the country for this particular period of time, 10 days, 20 days, 30 days. You leave and come back with another visa. We do visa for you. You come to us and seek advice. We'll give you the best consultancy at the prime. Then you get it free of charge. So why you stay in the country hiding from indoor, from police, and then why you can actually go and come back with a fresh visa? Now, I just explained that most times people apply with the wrong address and they keep making same mistake always. Now, when you apply resident permit, you keep applying with the same mistake that you keep making either from your past agent or from your past whosoever that is doing it for you, then you will keep getting rejection. Now, what you need to do is this. When you are first of all rejected first time, you go to CONCAPO and know the reason why you were rejected. Most people think when you go to CONCAPO, they're going to arrest you. They are not arresting you there. CONCAPO is the head of immigration management, where you go and get all information pertaining to your stay in the country. So don't be afraid. Feel free to go there and know why your resident permit was actually rejected for the first time. Then, even if you keep applying until you go and find out why it was rejected, you keep making the same mistakes. So it's advisable you go there, find out, and if you're asked to leave the country, please, that particular time frame, you have to leave and get the visa and come back without getting banned. If you're asked to leave for within 30 days, you should leave within 30 days. If you stay more than 30 days, you start accumulating overstay, and then you get banned and then get deported and probably get 6 months or 1 year ban. That is not the best option. When they ask you to leave, then you leave and then come back again with a fresh visa. Yes. Now, when you don't have resident permit and you are illegal, and then you want to buy a property, first of all, property in Turkey right now is starting from, well, you can actually buy any property of $50,000, $100,000, no problem. But for the purpose of resident permit, it should not be less than 200,000 US dollars. Then to get the Turkish passport, it should be above $400,000. Now, when you buy a property, you will give lawyer consent letter, then you can travel. Then when you get to Nigeria, the lawyer will now I have the lawyer for this. So if you want to get more information, come to me. I have done it for people before that have similar issue and they leave the country. They went back to their country, Nigeria, and the lawyer fought the case and then applied for them and they asked them to go and collect the passport at their consulate right in their country. Like, for example, Nigeria in Abuja, or their resident permit back in Abuja, or their visa to come back. Yeah, if you want to buy, as of many years ago, if you buy property of $50,000, you can, as of last year was about $75,000. But now this new year, the new law has shifted to $75,000 to $200,000 just to get the resident permit renewable or get it. Why the citizenship was $250,000 as of last year, but right now, from last year June, now it's $400,000. So the law is changing every day. Yes. Now, we have a serious issue with this. A lot of people actually apply Bursa, Tekirdağ, Ankara, Antalya. The reason why they are going there because that place is faster. Near they go there, they get the resident permit within a week, 2 weeks. Now they come to Istanbul and do nüfus. Now, first of all, doing nüfus in a different city in Istanbul here is quite difficult. Most of immigration officers don't accept that. So if you are lucky enough, you can actually get a landlord that will intercede for you at immigration office. Here they will attend to you. But except that it's quite so difficult. It's really difficult getting a force with a kimlik that's issued in a different city here in Istanbul is really difficult. Then you get a translator, which is called tercüme. You go to translating office, then he or she will take you to police, collect police report that you misplaced your kimlik. Then you go to tax immigration office, and they will give you a paper to pay some amount of money, which is about, if your permit is about if it was 1 year, you pay 1 year tax again and bring it to them. After 10 days, your card will be sent to your house via PTT. Yeah, when you misplace your card, you can get it back easily. If you can't do that, come to the Prime. We'll help you out with that. No. In Turkey, everybody have to present their file individual. In Turkey, does not have what we call family or resident permit if you are not married to their own citizen. It's only when you are married to them you can actually get family, what we call family resident. Now, your husband getting a job, that occupation, that particular firm will only focus on your husband, not you. And you can't get work permit without having resident permit at first. So for you to have, even if those firms make up their mind to do the resident permit for you or work permit for you, they first of all need your valid resident to be able to apply for work permit for you. So it's not possible. Once you have a band in Turkey and your band is about to elapse, probably you have 6 months ban and it's over, you get the visa. If they ask you to pay while you were leaving and you refuse to pay, yes, while coming back, they'll ask you to pay for the money. Sometimes they might ask you to call somebody inside the Istanbul to pay for you before you can actually enter the Turkey back. So our advice when you're coming back, just hold some tele. It should be about 5,000 lira. You hold it and then you can pay. Yes, when you applied and you have submitted, you have 15 days to leave the country and come back. So within that 15 days, you should leave and come back. But if it's above 15 days, you have to give power of attorney, which is the vekalet, consent to a lawyer to pick up the resident permit while you are away. Once you submitted, yes, you can travel. But I usually advise people, when you submit your resident permit, it's advisable to wait and get positive message, because sometimes immigration might ask you and said you have missing documents, even while all your document is complete. Sometimes they just ask you to come. They want to see. Sometimes just say, okay, come and give your fingerprint again, just to show that you're in the country. And if that happens, if you're not in the country, how will you do that? Nobody can do that for you. So it's advisable when you have resident permit. If you have an emergency, yes, you can travel and come back. But for me, it's advisable to wait to get positive message before you travel. Yeah, I would like to advise people who find it difficult to listen to what immigration is saying. Immigration said that you should apply for resident permit 60 days before it expired. So why do you have to wait 1 week? Some have to wait 2 days, 1 week, 2 days, 1 month. When you pick your resident permit, please pay attention. Not just removing the resident permit card and then trashing the paper. Open that paper and read the instruction one after the other. It's clearly stated there that these are what you should do. These are what contains your stay. These are the guidelines. So for those of you who have your resident permit with you and you still have the envelope that was used to send to you, please go back there, read the instruction that is stated there, how you can live in the country without having problem, what you need to avoid, the things you need to do. Everything is stated at the back of that envelope. There's a paper that stick to your card. Take your time and read it. It's just like an ATM machine. When you take an ATM card, there are instructions there. It's written there, these are the pin you should use it. So if you can take your time to read that, why don't you take your time to read that information that is stated on that resident permit card? So please, when you take your resident permit, take your time to read those instructions and what to do at that point. So please don't always wait for anyone to give you wrong information by saying that, I don't want you can apply even 1 day, 1 week. No. And for some of you living in this country without no force, please and please come to the Prime. We will give you the best information on how to go about no force. We will guide you, we'll give you guidelines. We'll give you the right path to follow. Now look at what happened last month, November. They seek aside, there was an amnesty for students that don't have resident permit that got rejected since 2023 early stage, that their resident permit was still active, but never know about it. They got rejected. But we have this information. Many of them, I posted it yesterday. Same person got rejected. Few 1 month later, this same person got positive message. So why? Because he followed my he followed my update, he followed my WhatsApp back to back, he saw my post. Sometimes most people see this post. If you don't have our numbers, you can reach us at the Prime page, the Prime platform. Ask anybody about the Prime. We will always give you the guidelines on how to go about your stay in Turkey, not to make mistakes. Many people are living in this country, their residence permit is cancelled. They not even know that their residence permit is cancelled. These are the reasons why you need us, the experts, consultants, to check all these things for you, to know that you are on the right path, So please, if you have any further questions related to residence permit and stay in Turkey, visit the Prime office and we'll give you all the right information you need to know. Thank you.